everyone. Welcome to the red carpet at Vision for Success Summit here in Tampa. We are speaking with Laura Brandeo. Welcome, Laura.
Oh my goodness, Heidi, I'm so excited to be here. Look at this incredible event.
I know, it's amazing to be back in person again, right?
Oh my God.
Is this your first person event?
This is my second.
Okay.
But come on, Heidi. How many times do you see mortgage people dressed up like this?
I know,
Isn't
this
it
is amazing? Such a good energy and vibe here. So good to see you.
Absolutely.
Welcome back.
Yes, can't wait to have more ladies come up, and stay tuned, Mortflix viewers. We have lots of amazing people here to share their stories and celebrate Women with Vision and the Vision Summit.
Thanks, everyone.
We are live, broadcasting live from the Vision Summit in Tampa, Florida, June 8 and 9, 2021. And I'm here with Christopher. The man doesn't need that much introduction. Everybody knows him. How are you, Chris?
I'm outstanding. Having a great time out here, getting to visit with a lot of the peers. We've all been cooped up for a little bit, right?
Yeah.
Picking up some good information from some of the speakers and presenters, and just in general, enjoying the culture that's still developing and growing in the mortgage community.
Yes, especially now that we can go to live events now, and instead of doing the Zoom, oh my God.
Yeah.
So now everybody can go out and say hi to each other. And Chris is very, very involved with the veteran community, a community that us as a mortgage brokerage, with my partner, she's running the brokerage. We try to do our best service possible to the veterans, especially in Central Florida. I think it's like 500,000 veterans living in the Central Florida area, Orlando metro area. And we had, I think it's the biggest VA hospital in United States. I think it's the one in Lake Nona, one of the biggest one. Tell me more about what are you doing? VA. What's the name of the enterprise you guys doing?
Yeah, Vetted VA is our name.
Yeah.
You might see the logo around popped up, but we are actually a community of individuals who strive to achieve better standards, from education to engagement to community engagement, specifically problem solving, value sharing, without any of the typical stuff that you see where people have a little bit of value to give you and a big old treble hook buried right in the middle of it. So what we do is we hold individual professionals to exceptionally high standards. I think the highest standards in the industry as far as any VA education goes, and I'm happy to put that to paint to any one of you out there in opposition that would like to. But the education process itself is unlike any other out there. The engagement process, which makes sure that the education was seeded and rooted properly, ensures that a thing occurred. And then our data analytics review, and this is what a lot of people don't know. And it's probably because I'm a bit of a redneck and they don't assume that we're very
High tech.
high tech. But I got to let y'all know, Nathan Nottingham and a few other people are surrounding me. I surround myself with people that are much brighter, much smarter, more capable than myself. And what that's led to is a very unique thing. We have a third-party data analytics company that helps us to take all of the data that we collect in a process we call the VTB, or the Veteran Tangible Benefit, right? We have a VTB, Vet Tangible Benefit form. And this collects public level information that in no way identifies who the individual consumer is, but in every way identifies the nature of the professional service given, the product given, and the quality of all of that from a data level. The data analytics will allow us to compare and contrast my peers internally to themselves, externally to companies, externally to channels, and all the way down to even a zip code area. So we have the ability to make certain of a thing. And that's what we're doing different.
Gotcha. Wow. So you go very, very detailed, specific.
Exceptionally detailed and specific. If any of y'all are familiar with the Marine Corps or Marines, or you ever been around a couple of those guys, Semper Fi, brother. Well, he'll get it then. You ever run into that motard that was just a little bit too gung-ho on the road, and yes, you're going to run all 3.2 miles, not 2.8 for your PFT? Hi, I'm Christopher.
Chris, and also I got to do some breaking news. I know you guys are going to start pretty soon, hopefully, start sending content to Mortflix.
Yes.
And that's the goal. You guys going to have your own channel dedicated to you guys. And because you guys are doing an incredible job helping the VA community, the veteran community that it needs the help, and that me personally, through my other side business, the mortgage brokerage, we help a lot of VA veterans, in my shop. So, and you guys are coming to Mortflix. I'm very happy, very glad that you guys are coming in.
Hey, we appreciate it. We appreciate the invite for anyone with a platform to allow us to share some of our messaging. Everything that we do in VetaVA isn't about self-gain. It's not about what we can get from something, but every single bit of it is about what we give to people who aren't getting what they should. And so when a platform pops up like y'all built here, which is incredible, I've been following you for a while. We've been friends for a bit, right?
Thank you. Yeah.
But when a platform pops up with the opportunity to share a message, it's a huge honor for us. So thank you for asking us to share some of the content that we produce and create to help the veterans out.
My goal with the streaming service or the streaming network now is, maybe not now, but in the future, be the place to replace YouTube, so people can just go to Mortflix, and anything and everything housing related is gonna be there. And it's not gonna be mixed with the million other things in YouTube or maybe on other channels, and this is gonna be specific for the housing industry.
I love
That's
it.
my goal.
I love big goals. I love big stupid goals, and I've got some big stupid goals too. So anytime I can link up with people that have vision like that, we're at the Vision 2020 Summit, so apropos, right?
Yeah.
Christine Beckwith.
Yeah, Christine. Shout out to Christine.
Woof. The people with exceptional vision on very large ideas that for whatever reason seem a little bit
crazy. Yeah.
You already got it. You knew I was going with that. I
know.
You can
I've
trust
been told.
crazy.
I've been told. Well, thank you, Chris. I really appreciate it. We'll see you around in Mortflix pretty soon. And stay tuned. More interviews coming up. Stay here. We're going to be streaming live the whole entire
Hey, let me hop in real quick. I just had a great idea. VetaVA is having its first annual event this summer, Lake Texoma, Texas, Tanglewood Resort and Marina, my hometown. A 3-day event. First day, full day shoot. Pistol, carbine, shotgun, 65,000 rounds of .22. Second day, long range shoot out to 1,000 yards with possibly an airboat ride on the river that evening. Third day, a full day at the lake. This event's going to be like none other. It's focused on what makes us different.
When is
Culture.
that? When is that again?
July 22nd through the 26th.
Oh, okay. Well, I might be able to make it there.
You can make it down there. We'll definitely have some unique content, and I think with your channel, it'd certainly be great.
Well, we're live again with an excellent interview. We're streaming live on Mortflix on the Vision Summit 2021 here in beautiful Tampa, Florida. And we have a special guest today, Mr. Barry Habib. How you doing, Barry?
Oh, it's so good to be here. What a great conference.
Oh, excellent. One of the best so far. You had done a few this year, right?
Actually,
Live ones?
I've had a couple that I've done. did one in Atlanta 2 months ago.
I was on
you
that
were
one,
there,
with
yeah.
APN,
Yeah, but this was kind of the one that most closely felt like a normal conference. You know, the masks are off, people are hugging.
Yeah.
It just feels more normal.
Yeah.
Now the seats are still a little bit further
Yeah,
apart,
a little apart.
so a little less energy, but it's good. It's good.
Yeah, that's fine. And my understanding is that there's 3 minutes, so they probably had a couple of hundred people or so watching it as live stream too. So I guess this is in regards to trade shows, conferences. It's gonna be a hybrid where you're gonna have a streaming and then you're gonna have physical people.
Yeah, well,
there.
obviously virtual's here to stay, but
Yeah.
but there's no substitute for the energy, and also the other thing too that you get is you get so much networking at a live event. You know, that's the thing. If you come to gatherings, one of my mentors, Jim Rohn, he would always say attend the gatherings, and force yourself to mingle and meet people and make relationships. Life's about relationships, so it's very, very important to do that. So as things open up, I would encourage people to do that. Now, me personally, I have quite a few that I'm booked to do, and I think that as we get more comfortable and God willing, things kind of don't revert back, I think we'll be in a position where they'll just start to grow and feel more normal.
Yep.
But I'm not going to be as crazy as I was. I was doing like 80 speaking engagements a year. I'm probably going to only do about 25 or so per year now, maybe 30 a year. I'm not going to do much more than that.
A little bit
A little more
slower.
tranquilo.
Yeah,
you
más
know?
tranquilo. Barry, and I mean, you probably get this question asked 20 million times in any given month or whatever, but just give me a little brief, because you're the numbers guy or you're the markets guy, and that's how you're really well known in the industry. And what was, and I know you were making, they had told me you were making comments regarding a possible mini bubble or a possible bubble.
No bubble. There's no bubble in real estate, but people can make a bubble on their own home.
On their own.
Yeah, if
Buying
you got a
more
home
than-
that's worth 400 that's listed for 450, you pay 525.
Yeah, there you
You're
go.
putting yourself in a tough position. Your back's up against the wall. But if you make more educated decisions and if you evaluate, one of the reasons we have a bid over ask tool, you can evaluate at what point in time in the future will the value of your home move
gonna
up
recoup.
to recover the amount that you're bidding over asking price. If it's 4 months, 5 months, 6 months, probably okay. But if it's 4, 5, 6 years, you got to
Yeah.
think about that. So, and I think part of what we have to do is help our customers make better decisions. Maybe it's not what they want to hear, but if you can develop a relationship where you're not trying to sell them, but you're trying to advise them, you're going to build a bond of trust that's going to last. I mean, trust is everything in everything, every type of relationship. Romantic, family, work, coworker, business, and customer and referral source. I mean, it's all about trust, right?
Correct. And are you recommending people to not do that, or if
It depends
you,
on the individual situation.
Okay.
So
Depending on
if we
PTI
do, so we
and
no, more on the appreciation of the home. So if your home is going to reach a recoupment of the amount that you're bidding over asking price in less than 6 months, I'd say heck yeah, that's fine. But you get between 6 months and a year, I think you should think about it. If it's going to take a couple of years or longer, I'd probably look for other opportunities. And I'm not saying it's easy. Look, I'm not trying to say, oh, it's so easy to find a home, and it's not. It's tough. It's hard work. It's heartbreaking. But you want
with
to
very limited
inventory. But you
Yeah.
want to try and make as rational a business decision as you can. You have to try as best as you can to take emotion out of it because it's a lot of money.
Correct. So yeah, it's situation by situation, customer by customer,
And house by house and zip code by zip code, because every zip code is going to have different rates of appreciation.
Yeah. Like here, Tampa might appreciate better than maybe an hour away and stuff like that.
It's exactly right. Zip code by zip code. That's why we break it down in each and every zip code.
Awesome. And what else is going on with you? What are you doing? Tell my audience in Mortflix what is it that you're doing other than more
MBS Highway, of course. Yeah. So still doing some speaking. Got Money in the Streets is doing well as a book. I'm enjoying a lot of time in Palm Beach now, which is where my actual primary residence is.
Oh, okay.
And but I still go back and forth to New Jersey. I'm not the type of guy that does it seasonally. I almost do it like every other week back and forth because I got my kids there in Jersey, and I've got my main office is there. And you have a lot of friends and a lot of roots there. So, and
So
I got my animals in Jersey. So,
you
I got my pets there.
Yeah.
I love my dogs, my cats.
But you live in technically full time in Florida.
I got a Florida driver's license, bro. Yeah.
Look at that.
I am, by the
Welcome
way.
to the swamp.
I love our governor. I think he's a stud. I just love Florida. I mean, it's such a great place to be.
Awesome.
Not to
It's
say other
just
places in
awesome.
the country aren't great. They're great, and New Jersey's great too. I've been very blessed as a speaker. I've pretty much been every place.
Well,
Pretty much.
I live in Orlando, and it's like I say, wow, I'm living where people from all over the world
Want to
come
come?
to vacation.
Yeah, I'm going to be there in a couple of weeks to speak there.
Oh, awesome.
But so I've been to pretty much every place in the U.S. I'm very well traveled there. You're a speaker for almost 30 years and doing 80 speaking engagements a year. You could do the math.
Yeah.
And besides knowing most of the restaurants in every city, I've discovered that every place you go has something that's awesome. Every place you go has things that are wonderful. You just got to find them, and that's really what life's about.
Oh yeah,
If you make the best.
It's a big country with lots of things to do, beautiful places, awesome people. So it's a wonderful country, and I'm so glad that I relocated from Puerto Rico when I was a kid, 16 years old, and I've been in Orlando for the past almost 30 years. So I love it.
You don't even look that old, my friend.
Oh, it's getting there. So, Barry, thank you, my friends.
Pleasure.
Really awesome. Thank you for being here live, streaming on Mortflix. And
Appreciate what you guys are doing. What you guys are doing is great.
we're gonna continue. We're gonna grow it, and maybe we'll collaborate in the future. Who knows?
Absolutely.
We'll see. And really thank you, and awesome things that you're doing for our industry.
Thank you, my friend. You be well.
Thank you.
Hi, everybody. I'm here with Phil. Phil, tell me about yourself.
I'm the president of EPM and super happy to be here.
So nice to meet you.
Likewise.
Is this your first in-person event?
No, we had a Broker Success Summit back in March, so that would be sort of the second one since COVID.
Okay, you're in Atlanta, right?
Well, the company's in Atlanta. I'm actually in Windermere, Florida, so I'm not too far
Okay,
from
I
here.
feel like this area has been much more open. I'm in New Jersey, and things are very closed.
Well, I moved from New Jersey on January 12th to get out of the
That explains
lockdown.
it. That explains it. Yeah. So we just finally opened up, but to come here and see everything opened is very exciting.
It's been a breath of fresh air for my family, sort of being able to venture out
Be normal.
into the wild and be a little bit normal here in Florida.
Yes,
so,
that's very exciting.
Yeah.
Your event earlier was great today.
Great. Thank you very
Loved
much.
it. I
yeah.
loved the whole format. It was awesome.
Yeah, we had such terrific demand coming from the summit that we had back in
Yeah,
March.
I saw that online. It looked awesome.
We didn't want to do a full-blown thing, but, so how do you satisfy the demand but yet not oversaturate? And I think that it was just perfect.
It was great. I really
to do
liked
what
it,
we
like
were
the format of it, how it was like a conversation. Everyone could kind of jump in, and it was super casual. It was great.
I said something on LinkedIn a few months ago that, a rising tide can lift all boats. And so we're all about how can we collaborate,
I love that.
and not just make it all about us.
Yeah, not just
'Cause it's
listening.
not.
It's a conversation.
Yeah.
Which is awesome.
Yeah.
Will do. So nice to meet you. Thank you so much for stopping
Likewise.
by.
Welcome to Mortflix Live, and we're covering live today, June 9, 2021. We're covering Vision Summit with Christine and the entire gang, and one of their big sponsors is here, and also a friend, and I met him a few months ago, a couple of months ago. March. So Philip Mancuso, how you doing, Philip?
I'm doing great. How are you?
Awesome, doing awesome. He's you're the president of Equity Prime Mortgage.
I'm the president.
One of the biggest wholesale lenders in United States. They do a lot of loans throughout the entire nation, and they're here today. So, how's it going so far?
So far, so good. There's been a lot of great content. Always looking for more information and collaboration. Really happy to be here, and it's great to be back out in the wild, so to speak.
Yeah.
It's been a long year plus, and we sort of kicked that off back in March.
Yeah.
the event that you're alluding
Down
to
in Atlanta, correct.
in Atlanta. But it's great to be out again and collaborating with folks.
Yeah, it's finally now nice to go out and shake hands and see people and share moments. We spent a couple hours last night talking, having fun, and
Maybe having a drink or two.
Yeah, I know, couple maybe. And wow, and this is really impressive what Christine has done here. Her entire group, very well done, very well prepared. The agenda, the schedule, everything has been kept on time. So it's great. Props to her and her team. And tell me about EPN. What's going on with EPN? I know you released some information or some new efforts coming up in March when we went to Atlanta to your headquarters. And what's going on?
Yeah.
Give me an update. Give me an update since March to now.
Yeah. Well, I think that a lot of the behind the scenes, which you can't see, it's harder to update, but there's been a lot of work going on behind the scenes to constantly improve the organization, constantly think of new ways to innovate. One of the things that we discussed was a little bit of a rebranding and trying to include many folks in the industry, a lot of our broker partners. We're going to have outreach to realtors and other folks, a lot of our vendor partners, to help collaborate on the website. So we just went live with the website rebrand this week. I mean, it is version 1 of what will probably be 100.
That's EPN .net.
Yeah,
Okay,
.net.
okay.
And this concept of EPM me, so EPM with a little lowercase e at the end. One of the concepts that we're really trying to rally around is collaboration through unity and empowering people more, and the idea that a rising tide can lift all boats. One of the speakers earlier, talked about that is, we can collaborate, we can have friendly competition. It's not a zero-sum game.
Yeah.
We're trying to put people in homes, which is a great thing.
Some people think otherwise.
Yeah, well,
or me or nothing.
Yeah, it's the exactly, but it's the American dream, and that's not something that should be taken A, selfishly, or B, lightly.
Yeah.
And so, we really want to, with this rebrand, get the message across that it's not just about us. It's how we can come together as a community in lending, in real estate, and really build a better mousetrap, for the American dream.
Yeah. A better workflow, a better communication. I think the key, having done hundreds, if not thousands, of mortgage transactions myself, I always my pet peeve was, and always my key was, constant communications with the parties. Letting everybody know at the beginning what's going on. And not hiding anything, and trying to be as clear as possible, and not bring any surprises, a day or 2 days before closing. And, and that's what usually these clients are so afraid that, I tell everybody, listen, anything is possible, anything could happen. The transaction could fall through the date of closing, you never know. But the key is to have good communications, everybody in the same page, and that avoids mistakes, errors. One people said this, one people said that. So if everybody's on the same page, as you guys are promoting, the transaction is gonna go a lot smoother, a lot faster probably, and it's gonna be a nicer experience for that, home dreamer that wants to purchase a home and make it their home, their dream, American dream. So.
Yeah, that's the goal for sure. And you bring up a good point. I mean, I'm definitely a firm believer in communication, setting expectations. I've told this anecdote on a number of occasions. Had a loan officer that was poor at that. He was a great salesman, but a poor engager. And a loan officer is in sales, but I don't see it as a sales job. Again, you're a consultant. You're helping folks finance their largest asset. financial asset. And so we had a borrower who was irate one time, and this wasn't at EPM, this was prior to EPM. Borrower was irate, couldn't figure out why. The loan had been in process for something like 12 or 13 days. It wasn't like it was months old. And I got on the phone with the borrower and you try to figure out, diagnose the issue, what's going on. And, she's like, well, you folks don't communicate, and my loan should have been closed by now. And I'm saying, oh my gosh, it's been 13 days. The appraisal wasn't done until 3 days ago, And well, I was promised that the loan would close in 8 days.
Whoa.
And it was sort of like, why? On what basis is that necessary? We knew that you couldn't even do, and this is my own inner dialogue, not talking to the borrower about this. Like, we knew we couldn't do the appraisal for 4 or 5 days because you were going away, and we sort of just de-escalated the conversation by saying, well, look, I apologize for the conversation that preceded this, but if I look in the file, we've spoken with you at least once a day, if not multiple times a day, for the 13 days your loan's been in process. And your loan was never going to close in 8 days because you were gone for 6 of them. We just reset expectations, ended up closing the loan, not that much after that. So whatever it took, 15, 16, 18 days. So on a relative basis, closed the loan incredibly quickly, but had a bunch of unnecessary anxiety because the loan officer just wasn't strong enough to say, hey, we want to close the loan as quick as we can, but there's always limiting factors. Your rate's locked for 30 days. As long as we close in 30 days, you're good. If it's day 8, fantastic. If it's day 18, great. If it's day 28, so be it. But we're going to get this done. And, we're going to communicate with you. I just can't be on the phone with you 4 hours a day. You're not our only borrower. And so sometimes having the tough conversation combined with communication and setting expectations setting makes for a smoother transaction.
Definitely, that's the most. Having good, strong communication skills, setting expectations, very important. Don't overpromise and underdeliver.
Yes.
So
that's the worst.
That's definitely. Well, Phil, I mean, I'm really, really happy that you're here, and our doors are always open here at Mortflix for whatever. I talked to Jason, he's on my board, so I have an insight pretty much on EPN type of thing. So, and we're really happy, and the network is growing, and I know you guys are doing an excellent job rebranding and some operational stuff that you guys have done through the past few months, a year, I guess, or more.
Yeah.
So very, very happy with Eddie and everybody. So really, we consider you guys our friends here at Mortflix, and definitely we both grow together, and we'll see what happens in the future.
Likewise, we love what you're doing, and we love being a part of it.
Thank you, Philip. Thank you. This was Marvin and Phil Mancuso from EPN. This is live. Welcome to Mortflix, and we're streaming live on the Vision Summit 2021, live from Tampa, Florida. Today is Tuesday, June 9th, 2021, the last day of the show. Excellent show here with Christine and her entire crew. And we have an excellent guest today, a special guest today, Michael Hammock from Fintech Hunting. That's his podcast, and hopefully pretty soon he'll be streaming also his content in Mortflix. So welcome, Michael.
Thank you so much for having me. It's great to be with you.
Awesome. Thank you. So tell me, let's for the people that viewers or whatever that they don't know you're from your podcast. What is it that you do, or what makes you do a podcast, and how you related to the industry?
All right.
To the housing industry.
Well, I've been in the mortgage space, specifically the mortgage technology space, for 20 plus years. I won't go any further than that. I don't need to date myself any more than that.
He was talking, Bobby was talking 1994.
All right. So I heard you mention 97, so we'll leave it at that.
Okay, between.
I have been in the mortgage space, especially technology, my entire career. As the former CEO of Mortgage Cadence, I've been the founder and president of Next Level Advisors for the last 13 years. We specifically help companies grow. So what we like to say is we move audiences, we generate leads, we drive new sales, and we create endearing brand stories. So we help organizations grow. And why I started a podcast was I wanted to add value to the industry. You have incredible experiences, you meet wonderful people along the way, and I wanted to give people an opportunity to get their story told. from a tech perspective, from an impact to lenders. So we started FinTech Hunting about a year and a half ago. We've done 87 episodes. It gets produced every Wednesday, and it's our chance to give back to the industry. We'll interview lenders, we'll interview tech providers, really anyone who's a mover and shaker in the mortgage space. We want to talk to them and get their perspective.
Gotcha. That was my idea with Mortflix, to make it a little bit entertaining, a place where hopefully soon, and we're getting a lot of content now, but hopefully soon will be the place to go and look for that answer or that opportunity or that business development or that funny content or a movie or a series, documentary. So people doesn't have to go to any other websites and have another million stuff there.
Right.
And us will be concentrated in what we do, our housing industry. That's why I created Mortflix. And you're kind of that in the same weight lane, for your platform and your content.
Absolutely.
Try to make it special and different.
Well, and you guys are doing a great job of being that repository, being that one source for all things mortgage. And I love what you guys are doing, adding the video, the streaming services. You're making an impact on the industry, and hopefully the FinTech Hunting podcast will be joining soon.
Oh yes, it will pretty soon. So stay tuned for that. It'll be downloaded and streaming soon and promoted in the network. And Michael, what do you see in terms of, let's talk about a little bit on the market right now, the macro.
Yep.
What do you see right now with the situation with no inventory, very little, people overbidding? And I did ask a question earlier to one of my guests in the morning, and is that a bubble coming up, or is that a normal process of supply and demand? There's not enough supply, a lot of demand. Is it going to stabilize? Does the rates need to go up? Because rates are super cheap right now,
Right.
super low. So how do you see it in the next 3 to 6 months?
Well, you just asked a lot of
Maybe a
questions,
year.
so I'll chunk it down.
I know.
I watched Barry Habib's session today, and he gave a great talk about that, and he specifically addressed, is there a mortgage bubble? If you're an individual and you're buying a house and it appraises for $450 and you pay $520,
That's a problem.
you just created a mortgage bubble for yourself. You created a housing bubble for yourself.
Wow.
Industry-wide, I don't think there is a bubble yet. I don't have a crystal ball, but if I had to look at it and say the next 3 to 6 months, as you mentioned, there's low inventory, rates may go up some. What I think a lot of it comes down to is, how are we adding value to those borrowers? You could have a rate go up, the rate be a little bit higher, but if you understood the borrower's debt, if you understood their financial situation, they may still benefit from paying a higher rate and paying down debt or taking equity out of their house and be in a much better financial position. So I think a lot of it comes down to when we were in the refi boom and the market got flooded with, hey, we just need bodies, and they would throw butts in the seats and anyone could take an application.
Yeah.
Those people are going to struggle. But the ones that really know the mortgage industry, the ones that are really going to counsel and advise and talk about the different programs and products that are available, I think they're going to differentiate themselves, and I think they're going to do just fine. They're actually probably going to gain more market share.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, if you're an advisor, or you're really helping that customer, that borrower. What I call the last mile.
Yep.
Helping. Phoebe was saying, it's like a plane. The clients right now, you help them take off, help them land, and in between is that process that you sometimes you have to fine tune it so that way that customer is happy with the processing and whatnot,
Right.
underwriting and whatnot. But I feel the industry, at least on the mortgage side, the lending side, is in a great position. Real estate, I think the realtors are struggling right now.
Yep.
Reason being, there's not enough business to go around. There's a lot of business, but there's not the inventory.
Exactly, and they've got to work harder for the deal. And there's a lot of crazy stuff going on. I mean, there's people not getting an appraisal. There's people waiving the inspection. So all of
Yeah.
that stuff is scary, and that's an emotional decision. it's not a prudent, strategic decision to say what's in the best interest moving forward. And Barry mentioned it, there may be a situation where paying 20 grand above asking price is still a prudent financial decision. But make it a financial decision, talk to an expert, don't just let emotion say, oh my gosh, we're gonna lose out on the home and let's throw another 50 grand at it.
Yeah.
That's not the way to do it, and that's not good for anybody in the industry.
No, yeah, it's creating, it's a self-fulfilling prophecy, and it's creating, yeah, like you said, you're buying the house for purchase price, listing price is $450, you're buying for $500, $520, yeah.
Right, and the appraisal comes in at $475, that's a bad decision.
Yeah, but we'll see what happens here with inventory in the next few months, and hopefully lumber will go down once production starts coming in, and because that's another situation.
It is.
Now is the builder. I was seeing a graphic that they put around. Before they were building 6-10 houses, and now they can build 2 or 3 with that insane amount
because
of
what's
lumber.
happened is they're starting to price themselves out of the market, right? So the average home, I saw a statistic about a week or so ago, the average new home,
You mean the builder?
right, the builder building the home,
Yeah,
the
with
average
inflated
new
figures.
home has gone up almost $40,000.
Wow.
Well, that prices a lot of people out of the market, and then we have a challenge. They can't just raise their price 40 grand if they can't get appraisal for only 20 more grand. The bank's not going to take that risk. The builder doesn't want to give away their services and take a loss. And the homeowner who's already under contractor to have the house built is saying, we have a contract, you need to honor it. It's a really tough position when you start looking at what lumber and the contracts that are already in place and everything like that. So it will be interesting. We'll have to continue to monitor it. But what I know is the mortgage industry is very resilient. It comes down to how can we continue to put people in homes? How can we help them realize the American dream? And part of that is doing it so they make a sound financial decision.
Excellent. Yeah, I definitely. We'll see. We'll see what happens in the next few months.
We certainly
We'll be
will.
on contact, definitely, Michael. And I want to, preemptively welcome Michael to Mortflix. Hopefully, we'll get you content pretty soon. And
Absolutely.
And start streaming it so everybody can watch it on your favorite app. And Michael, thank you. Really,
Thank you so much. It was a pleasure.
Yeah, same here, man. Appreciate it.
Hi, everybody. I am here with Barry Habib, who needs no introduction.
It's good to see you, Heidi.
It's so nice to see you, Barry. I haven't seen you in so long.
It's been a while. It's been a minute. Everybody's out now.
I know everybody's out. COVID's canceled. It's
Yeah,
back.
yeah. It's like it never happened.
Just pretend it didn't happen. So how are you? What's new?
It's a lot new. Everything's going on that's exciting in the marketplace. We don't know how long this crazy market's going to last,
I know.
but we got to enjoy it while we can.
Can't take it one day at a time in the crazy world.
You aren't
that we're in.
kidding. You aren't kidding.
As we always do in the mortgage industry, though.
For sure.
Take it while you have it.
Yeah. I hope that people are really trying to take some time to enjoy this too, because they can get a little stressed, and then, when things settle down, they're saying where to go, right?
Yes.
But I think that it's going to last for a while. I think the rates are going to be good for a while. I think that we're going to see housing stay healthy for a while. It's really going to be, a good period of time for the next couple of years, I think, for us in this industry.
I agree too. I think that it's going to continue. I don't think it's a stop to this right now.
Yeah, and then people like Christine putting on these events is really exciting. You get some wonderful content at these events.
I know the energy is so great here.
It's great. I think everyone's excited to be able to go and hug somebody again and give somebody a high five, and not wearing masks. It's wonderful.
It is. It's amazing.
I notice a lot of conferences are starting to pop up. I'm getting so many requests for speaking all over, so things are really starting to turn around.
Yeah, great. I also before here, I was at the New Jersey Mortgage Bankers Association golf outing.
Yeah, how was
And
that?
It's funny because I've gone before and it's very small and calm, and then this time it was over 100 people, and the energy, and everyone was just so excited to be there and see each other. It was amazing.
It's a good thing. People are excited about getting out. I'm excited to see what you're doing with Christine. You guys are doing some wonderful things.
We are. So we have a board of directors, and we're doing all kinds of things now. Thanks, you, Barry. So we're, help put this together and organize this, and just kind of.
So what's on the slate? What are you masterminding, the two of you?
What are we masterminding? So we're masterminding, just getting more women to join the program, and kind of building like a mentorship program amongst women in the industry. That's really important.
Well, you have an amazing story about how the two of you kind of indirectly knew each other, and then I was so proud that I was able to make the connection for the two.
Barry actually introduced Christine and I, which is a crazy story.
Yeah. But you guys had connections before that, and I just put the pieces together.
Yeah, you just directly connected us.
Yeah, exactly.
So I told Barry I was a huge fan of Christine, and as soon as
We all are.
We all are. She's like an idol. And as soon as I told him, he opened a group chat and just like threw her into the chat and was like, Christine, Heidi, Christine. And I was like fangirling because it's Christine Beckwith. She's amazing.
Yeah.
So it was very fun.
It's pretty awesome.
So I can thank Barry for being here.
Well, I'm thanking you for being here too. No, it's an honor to be with all of you guys. It really is. I love what she's doing. And this gala tonight is great. The room is amazing. The content's going to be great. She's got some wonderful speakers. So
Yes, excited to hear you speak tomorrow.
tomorrow's going to be fun. It's a brand new presentation. I want to talk about exponential growth, and I think that's really important. Because if most people think on a linear basis. So linear. If I took 30 linear steps, I'd go from here to the end of the red carpet. But if I took 30 exponential steps, I'd go around the world 10 times. So if you start thinking exponentially, it can create immense growth in your business. And the key is to, in my humble opinion, remove points of friction. So when you move along in your business, I like to look at an S curve. So it kind of looks like an S. If you can go along in your business and you're growing, but if you can remove a point of friction, you get this burst of exponential growth. Now, eventually that matures, and that's why it looks like an S. So the real key is to keep removing those points of friction.
I love that.
The good news is there's friction all around us. So if we can try and find them, identify them, and remove them, you can really
I think
experience
identifying them is the hardest part sometimes.
you know what? We notice them, but most people see a point of friction and they complain,
Yes.
as opposed to seeing a point of friction and saying, how can I fix that and remove that and create tremendous growth? So just a little different focus.
Excited to hear it. Can't wait.
Well, thanks for having me.
Thanks so much for stopping by, Barry.
Okay, you got it. Bye-bye.
Well, this is another great interview that we're gonna be doing live. This is live. Anything can happen. Here at
No,
Mortflix.
not here. What are you talking about, Marvin?
At the Vision Summit, and here I'm with Phoebe, great content provider, and I want to talk to him real quick on what he's doing. He's now a content provider for Mortflix as well. And how you doing, man?
Good, Marvin. Thank you.
How is it going so far here?
Man, I got to tell you, this has been one of those moments again that that I'm lucky enough to be part of.
Yeah.
So much great knowledge was just shared this morning. My mind was literally blown.
Yeah, no, Christine is doing an awesome event. We got here yesterday, since yesterday, the awards, and now today with the incredible people that she's.
I mean, you had Joe Panabianco from AnyMac, you had Barry Habib, you had Brad Lee.
Oof.
I mean, that's like a 3-punch knockout.
Yeah, it's a dream team,
Yeah.
dream team. So tell me what's going on with your podcast? How is it going, and what are your plans, short-term plans, and future plans?
It's good, great question.
And welcome to Mortflix.
Yeah, by the way, thank you for having me as part of the Mortflix family.
Yeah,
I really appreciate
awesome.
that. But I will say that I think the podcast, we are kind of maturing. We've done about 30, 40 episodes. And we are starting to kind of grow into more of a personality that we want to create, which is focusing on leadership, focusing on energy, transferring positive energy into the world.
Yep.
And especially inside the mortgage arena, because look, I mean, let's face it, the mortgage industry is boring, right? You get a 30-year fix, you pay the payment, and we don't bother you.
Yeah.
And so we got to make it a little bit more exciting for the people that work inside of it, and that's really what my goal has been now.
Gotcha. That's why I created Mortflix, pretty much to make it a little bit more entertaining.
Yeah.
Not as much as boring, and differentiate ourselves from YouTube and stuff like that, so people in the housing industry can go one place, one app, and have all the content possible there, and
Absolutely.
don't get mixed with 20 million other stuff in, like YouTube, stuff like that.
No, I think we need to, especially because look, as a mortgage professional, I've been in the industry since 1994, and one of the things that I really learned.
Started recently.
Yeah. I mean, I know I look young, man. I know your cameramen were trying to make me look young, but you know, it is what it is, right?
We'll do the magic in post production.
but I
Da Vinci Resolve.
But you know what's so funny is in '94 when I got in the business, if you had told me that this is what was going to look like in 2021, I wouldn't have believed you.
No.
You know, I would not. I would have said you guys are crazy. That this is, you know, I mean, this was suit and tie. I got sent home from the office one time because I went to get an application and I was wearing just my T-shirt and jeans, and the office manager said you have to leave because I couldn't be in the office with that kind of clothes on.
Yeah.
And so I think, you know, when you look at that and the technology and where we are now, it's just it's a great industry to be part of.
Yeah, no, it's more. I started as a realtor in '97, and then switched on around 2003. I switched to do originations. And I stopped a year and a half, 2 years ago because I created Mortflix full time. So, but my partner runs my mortgage brokerage, so I know what you know, the technology and everything, that all the changes.
I think technology,
the rates really low, and the inventory is even lower. So,
and when you talk about brokers, I mean, you really have to understand. I mean, my friend Katie Sweeney from AIM, right? She was on the podcast, and we were talking about how technology has really leveled the playing field finally for the brokers. So you don't have to have a multi-billion-dollar company anymore to be able to compete in the same technology that the huge lenders are competing with.
Correct.
And it's an amazing thing when you really begin to see that.
Correct. And I know as a long-time broker, I years and years ago you had you know, really lazy technology, what I call, and in the past 2 years, 3 years, give it or take, you know, good lenders, good excellent wholesale partners have created excellent technology. I'm not gonna mention any names. Probably everybody.
Don't get in trouble, man.
No, I don't want to get in trouble.
Don't do that. Don't do it.
No, because I know they're looking at me. I emailed that CEO a few weeks ago. He told me, awesome, I'm gonna send you to my marketing department. I don't want to screw it up.
Yeah, be careful, brother.
So no, and it has made it more competitive. And the awesome thing about a mortgage broker and retail or loan originators too,
Sure.
I'm not gonna dismiss anybody,
Yeah.
is they're giving that face-to-face value. Maybe not so much with COVID, but now everybody's getting back to the normal rhythm, or at least trying.
Mm-hmm.
And that person, that client, that borrower still needs that, what I call the last mile help. Regardless of whatever the silos and the here and the over there are doing, but that client needs to be taken by the hand fully. I was talking to another guest a few minutes ago. Good communication, that's a key here. Don't overpromise and underdeliver.
Yes,
that's
absolutely.
another huge one.
Absolutely.
Don't tell them you're gonna be closing every Friday, because
Yep.
they're gonna be pissed off.
Yep.
And that client still needs that face-to-face with us loan originators and realtors as well.
Yeah, I think it's critical. I think, you know, but and also with technology. I mean, when you talk about technology and that kind of stuff, we're really talking about communication, right? That's what we're talking about.
Yes.
Even, and I was thinking about this. I forgot who was speaking this morning, but I said to myself, imagine you're flying on a plane, Marvin, right? And you hit turbulence. Right? I don't know about you, but I'm scared.
Oh man,
right?
I don't like turbulence at all.
All right,
No.
and I've researched turbulence, by the way, so I know turbulence does not cause the plane to crash. FYI, everybody listening, okay? But I still get scared. I was thinking to myself, if the pilot didn't come on there and say, hey, listen, guys, we're gonna have turbulence for the next 15 minutes. Hang tight. I'm gonna try to get us out of here, right? That calms me down.
Yep.
Imagine if he didn't say anything, and I'm just sitting there on a plane shaking.
Yeah.
And that's what the consumer feels like when nobody communicates with what's going on with your loan.
Exactly.
It's as simple as saying, hey, listen, we've got a little problem. I'm working on it. I'll let you know tomorrow. It's critical. It's critical, right? And if you just make that little phone call, you know what I mean? The client will always remember that you were there when they needed them.
Yeah, and that you didn't let them down, you know?
Yeah.
That you communicated with them, and this is a situation, like you said, I'll let you know by tomorrow. It's good, bad, or ugly, whatever.
Yeah.
but don't let them know the date of closing or the day before. They have the U-Haul in front of the house.
Yeah, no. You can't do that.
No.
Not anymore, man. Because I'm telling you, technology's coming, and if the loan officer
and the next thing you know, they're gonna go to Google reviews.
Yeah,
boom, boom, boom,
it's
boom,
over.
boom, bye.
It's over. You know what I mean? Because it's a very small world that we live in today, and we all believe the internet.
Yeah.
Like, I had a review by Abraham Lincoln. He said Fabi's the best loan officer I ever worked with. And so, you know, people said, "Oh my God, you did Abe Lincoln's purchases?" And no, there's only his refinance.
That was in 1860, whatever.
Oh yeah, whatever. Nobody looked the date. It was on the internet, so it had to be true.
Were they using Calyx before? Or?
No, it was a DOS base.
Oh no, even worse. I remember when I started doing real estate in '97, when I went to work for Century 21, and the MLS was DOS based. It was like yes, why, yes, why, yes. It was
Dude, I remember
compared to now.
I remember the first time Fannie Mae DU turned on in our office in '97.
Oh my God!
And it was a little blinking green light. Remember the DOS-based blinking light? And our underwriter was like, okay, so I just type it, and she had to type in everything. Any mistake, you had to go in and retype everything all over again.
Oh no! Now it's like a few seconds and boom, bye.
Now it's on. Everyone does it on their phone.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Right on their phone, boom, 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 and it's over.
Yeah.
And that's why I think loan officers really need to understand.
Yeah, they can do. It's crazy. They can do from application to closing on their phones.
Well,
now.
Not even that, but taking care of your client and giving that personal touch is more important than ever, because now technology can replace the loan officer if we don't give them that personal touch.
Yeah.
And they need to be that human element, and they need to be the guide for the consumer, because that's what the consumer is asking for.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. The last mile, you know, I'm telling the last mile to use the Amazon Prime thing, but the last mile pretty much is from application. Although everything is pretty much online, I mean, especially with COVID, whatever, but they still need to, they still want to go to an office.
Well, I mean, think about
they
this.
still want to see a person face to face.
Going back to the pilot, I mean, think about this. The pilot takes off, hits cruise control, flies for 2 hours, takes over for the landing.
Mm-hmm.
That's what the loan officer is there for now.
Yeah.
The takeoff and the landing. And we just have to make sure we're part of that moment. Because if we let go of that moment, we will be replaced.
Yeah. Very, very, very true, and hopefully we won't.
Yeah, I hope so.
And hopefully,
I think we'll be fine. I think we got some smart people working here.
Yeah. So, well, Fabi, I really, really appreciate it, man.
All right, brother.
Thank you for stopping by,
Yeah.
and excellent job. And
thanks for having me be part of the family again. I really appreciate that.
I appreciate it too for you to be on Mortflix. Really, really awesome.
All right, guys. Thank you. Take care.
How are you, Megan?
I'm good. I'm happy to be here at the Vision Summit here in Tampa.
Nah, I know. Tell us a little bit about you and what is it that you do. And I know you work for
Barry Habib.
Barry Habib.
Yeah. Yeah.
Tell us a little bit more about you. I know you were with one of my partners, Mitch, in one of his shows.
Yes.
Here through Mortflix.
So I work at MBS Highway. It's a platform for originators. We help them articulate the financial market, and then we have so many tools to help them overcome challenges that they're having to deal with right now. The discouraged buyer, the buyer that maybe waited too long to refi, and now they're asking themselves, should I refinance still? Or, you know, right now it's bidding wars. People have to come in over asking price to even get their offer accepted. So we have so many tools to help overcome these challenges and ultimately help them increase their batting average and land more referral partners.
Correct. So especially on this crazy market, people are overbidding.
Yes.
There's not enough inventory. There's pretty much non-inventory. Lumber is super high.
Yep.
Oh my God. What do you see coming up in the next three? Give me the macro in the next 3 to 6 months.
So the biggest thing that we're talking about right now, and it's been all over the news, is all of these inflation fears. You know, we're starting to see inflation in the market. You talked about lumber. Well, we have supply chain issues. Not only that, but there's the stimulus that is going out, and people are not actually spending a lot of that. Most of it, they're saving it or they're putting it in things like Robinhood, what have you. We're seeing the velocity of money decrease. And when the velocity of money is high, and you have to think about the velocity of money like this. You go, you buy a car, right? Let's say that you start driving Uber or Lyft with that car. Well, that increases that velocity of money because it's getting back out there and circulating the economy. But when we see the velocity of money drop, it's more so the instant, okay, you buy a car, but now you're only taking that car to go to grandma's house. There's no additional money that's kind of circulating the economy. So we're seeing the velocity of money decrease. We're seeing savings rate increase, and we're also seeing national debt levels at an all-time high. So really, what's going to be happening, what's going to be important here come June, July, is the Fed has been talking about, okay, should we cut back on our purchases? Should we start doing yield curve control? And that's going to lead to inflation. That's going to lead to rates rising. So that's what we're going to see here in kind of the short term and the long term.
So a possible recession?
Yeah, that's where I'm going here. So
Yeah.
possible long term. Barry and everyone at MBS Highway, we are estimating that, in the next couple years, we are going to see another recession.
Okay. How severe is gonna depend on on
So
just-
many things.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Production, volume of houses, what's going on, the dollar, oil, wars. So it's a lot
of moving parts. Definitely, I would encourage everyone to watch the MBS Highway Morning Update because we do cover everything every single day, keeping you guys up to date on what's happening. And when you know that, you automatically become a little bit more magnetic because you're comfortable in what it is that you're talking about, that your clients, your potential clients, your referral partners, your potential referral partners, they see that. They want to be around that.
So it's MSB Highway is an all encompassing marketing technology platform where, let's say I'm the loan originator on a day-to-day basis, I get various recommendations, so either float, lock, pay attention to what's going on because the rate that you get right now at 11 o'clock in the morning might not be the same that you're gonna get at 2 o'clock.
Very true.
So it's definitely for the loan originator. If you're watching this and you wanna take your business to the next level, definitely MSB.
MSB Highways, way to go.
Way to go. Thank you,
Thank you,
Megan.
guys.
Appreciate it.
Hi, everyone. I am here with John Tallinger and Cindy, last name Harris from Class Valuation. So nice to see you guys.
Juliana Rancic, I've always wanted to meet you. I'm so excited to be here. I'm wearing Versace. No, I'm kidding.
They tried to get Ryan Seacrest, but they got me instead.
Well, you're a big upgrade.
Yes. So nice to meet you both in person for the first time. So we work together actually for my company, Regora. So it's so nice to officially meet you. Is this your first in-person event?
Yes.
It is? Yes. Welcome. Where are you from? Are you in Michigan?
I'm in Denver.
Okay. And I know this is not your first in-person
Not my
event.
first in-person event. As soon as I could travel, I started traveling, and I'm still from Michigan, but I make the rounds and gotta get out and see the people. So
nice to see you guys.
thank you for
Do you want to
having
tell us a little about class valuation before you go here?
Well, it's not the best time to talk about appraisals right now because it's a little bit of a rough patch, but we are seeing some signs of good things on the horizon. So Cindy is kind of the chief architect behind the scenes of making sure that things run smoothly operationally. So to be honest, it's been a good time for the mortgage industry. There's a lot of volume. Rates are low, which means that people are saving money. But at the same time, there's been a serious squeeze on appraisers. Like there's just a capacity issue.
We already have the appraiser shortage as it is, and then you build in a million more mortgages that need to be appraised, and it's crazy. And then COVID on top of it, and they don't want to go to houses.
And we're talking to appraisers every week who like working with us in good markets that feel bad. They're like, guys, like we want to take the orders, but we're getting 2 to 3 times as many as we're used to right now. So hopefully we'll see a little bit of slowdown there, and we're doing some things behind the scenes with some tech and some other things to try to make things a little smoother. But it's we're getting there. We're weathering the storm.
You have to find balance again.
Exactly.
Somehow.
We're getting there. So.
Well, thank you so much for stopping by.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thanks, Heidi. Thanks, guys.
Hi, I'm here with Craig Pollock from Experience.com. Hi, Craig. Nice to see you.
Great to see you.
So nice to see you in person. We haven't seen you since 2019.
Somewhere in Atlantic City.
Yeah, down in Atlantic City somewhere is the last
We were
one.
doing push-ups, remember?
Yeah, we did. We did a push-up challenge in Atlantic City at the last event. Should we do them here too?
No, this year is squats.
Squats?
Yes.
Only 22?
No, this one is different. This one is 1 squat a day, every
Okay.
day, more than the last day. So on the 1st of January, I did 1,
Okay.
and then I did 2. So today is day 159, if you're counting, which
So
I
we're-
am.
So we're going to do 159 today.
I already finished.
Again.
I did them already.
Mortflix can come find us, right, to do the squats.
Yeah, okay.
So is this your first in-person event?
It is not, actually.
Okay. Where else have you been?
I had a mastermind group that I'm belong to, and we had our own summit a couple of weeks ago in
Okay.
Austin, Texas.
Amazing.
And it was a lot of fun, and it was great because the entire weekend, no masks. We were all just normal again.
Yes, it was so nice. So I'm living in New Jersey, and we're still pretty much shut down. So to come here and just like get to see everybody is so nice, and like
Yeah, it's bizarre.
it's like alive. It's
It is
very
bizarre.
nice. It feels great to be back.
It
Well,
is.
thank you for stopping by. It was
No
so
problem.
nice to see you.
Good seeing you.
Thank you.